6 runner-up finishes. 6 at the same major championship. The U.S. Open broke Phil Mickelson's heart more times than any golfer in history. Then at 50 years old, he did something no one had ever done before. For years, Phil Mickelson wore golf's most frustrating label, the best player to never win a major. By 2003, he had 22 PGA Tour victories, 0 majors, 17 top 10 finishes in golf's biggest events. The talent was undeniable. The results were devastating. The 1999 U.S. Open added heartbreak that still echoes today. Mickelson's wife Amy was days from giving birth, and he carried a beeper in his bag, ready to walk off mid-round if labor began. Payne Stewart drained a 15-foot putt on the 18th hole to beat him by 1 stroke. Then Stewart cradled Phil's face in his hands and told him good luck with the baby, saying there is nothing like being a father. Daughter Amanda was born the next morning. 4 months later, Payne Stewart died in a plane crash. That moment at Pinehurst became frozen in time forever. But here's the thing about Phil Mickelson. He doesn't play it safe. Never has. His philosophy was simple. He would say, "I would rather try a shot to win than play safe and finish second." He is fearless. That style finally delivered in 2004. An 18-foot birdie putt dropped at Augusta, and Phil leapt into the Georgia sky. The best player to never win a major finally had one. Then came Winged Foot, 2006, the 72nd hole, a moment that would haunt him for the rest of his career. Phil arrived having won the previous 2 majors. He was chasing 3 consecutive major victories, something only Ben Hogan and Tiger Woods had achieved. Standing on the final tee on Father's Day, he held a 1-stroke lead. A par would win it. He pulled his driver. He had hit only 2 of 14 fairways all day. It did not matter. Phil pulled his driver anyway. The ball sailed left, bounced off a hospitality tent, and settled in trampled rough behind towering trees. A smart play would be to wedge safely to the fairway. Phil grabbed a 3-iron and tried to thread a miracle shot to the green. The ball struck a tree and ricocheted backward. His 3rd shot found a greenside bunker with a plugged lie. His explosion shot rolled across the green and off the other side. Double bogey. Championship gone. Johnny Miller's commentary cut deep. Ben Hogan has officially rolled over in his grave. In the scoring tent, Phil slumped in his chair and said the words that would define the moment. "I just can't believe I did that. I am such an idiot. I had it right there in my hand, man, and I let it go." That collapse was brutal, but here is what makes Mickelson's U.S. Open story truly cruel. It was not just Winged Foot. He finished second at that championship 6 times, more than Bobby Jones, more than Jack Nicklaus, more than Arnold Palmer. The record for heartbreak belongs to Phil Mickelson alone. The U.S. Open is the only major Phil never won. The career Grand Slam is forever out of reach. Then came Kiawah Island, May 2021. The comeback. Nobody saw coming. Phil Mickelson was 50 years old. He was ranked 115th in the world, and the odds were 200 to 1. He had not cracked the top 20 in 17 straight tournaments. Nobody gave him a chance. The pundits had written him off. Father Time was supposed to have won. The ocean course stretched nearly 8,000 yards, the longest major setup in history. After taking 3 putts at the first hole while Brooks Koepka birdied, Phil was already behind. Then on the 5th hole, his tee shot found a greenside bunker with an impossible lie. He holed it. The broadcast erupted. Phil raised his wedge overhead. The crowd went absolutely insane. By the time he walked up 18, thousands of fans had rushed past the ropes. Security could not hold them back. They swarmed the fairway, surrounding Phil in a sea of chaos and euphoria. He emerged from the mob giving his signature thumbs up. At 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days old, Phil Mickelson became the oldest major champion in golf history. He shattered Julius Boros's 53-year-old record by nearly 3 years. He said he just believed it was possible, but everything was saying it was not. Tiger Woods tweeted that it was truly inspirational to see Phil Mickelson do it again at 50 years of age. But Phil Mickelson's story doesn't end with inspiration. Court documents revealed the scale of his gambling. Over $1 billion were wagered across 3 decades. Losses approached $100 million. In 2011 alone, he averaged nearly 9 bets per day. An insider trading case showed how Phil profited from illegal stock tips. He avoided criminal charges on a technicality, but he paid back every dollar plus interest. In 2022, he publicly acknowledged his addiction, saying that his gambling had become reckless and embarrassing, and that he had to address it. Then came LIV Golf. In a 2021 interview, Phil called the Saudi backers scary motherfuckers. He acknowledged they killed journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He said they execute people for being gay. Then he took their money anyway, reportedly $200 million. Sponsors fled. Rory McIlroy called his comments naive, selfish, egotistical, ignorant. Phil Mickelson became the only golfer with 3 or more major championships to join the Saudi-backed tour. So what do we make of Phil Mickelson? 45 PGA Tour wins, 6 major championships, 3 Masters titles, 2 PGA championships, 1 Open championship, 12 Ryder Cup appearances, more than any American in history. He spent years as the second best player in the world behind Tiger Woods. Their rivalry was cold, sometimes hostile. But Phil Mickelson was never boring. The most telling stat: he won 22 times before capturing his first major. 22 wins while carrying that label. Then he won 6 of the biggest tournaments in golf, including one at 50 years old. He was lefty, the gambler, the risk-taker, who hit driver when the smart play was iron. He was the man who threaded a 6-iron through pine trees at Augusta. He said that if he was going to win the tournament, he would have to hit a really good shot under pressure, and that he was going to do it right then. He finished second at the US Open 6 times, a record that will probably never be broken. He made history at 50 as the oldest major champion ever, a record that might stand forever. Phil Mickelson played without fear, for better and for worse. The results were never, ever boring. What do you think? Is Phil a tragic figure or an all-time great? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more legendary golf stories every week. This is your home for greatness in the game.